Hey guys, so welcome to my channels. Today we'll be talking about some mistakes that you can avoid before marriage. Some red flags to be looking out for. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's just do this. First mistake that people make before entering into a marriage is telling themselves that this person will change. My sister, my brother, that man, he's not going to change. However he practices is how he's going to play the game. So if before you get married, this man is lazy, he doesn't take care of things, he doesn't go to church, he's unkind, however he is, he will bring it with him into marriage. It won't change. Marriage, it don't change people. Top mistake number 2 that people make when entering into a marriage is thinking that marriage will make them happy. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't happiness in marriage. I'm married and I'm happily married, but I can't rely on my husband to make me happy. And it's the same in any sphere of life. You can't rely on someone else to make you happy. Your joy must come from the Lord. And if there's no joy, if there's no happiness in you before marriage, marriage is not going to fix it for you. Sad but true. My top mistake number 3 that people make before getting married is thinking that marriage counseling is optional. Man, marriage counseling is not optional. Marriage counseling is such an important feature of pre-marriage because you're giving an objective third person who you trust, whose marriage you wouldn't mind yours turning out to be like. You're trusting them and giving them the authority to have an input into your relationship. And what that can do is, the helpfulness in having an objective and reliable third party, like a pastor for instance, in your marriage, is you are in love with this person who you want to marry. And by virtue of the fact that you're in love, your objectivity is clouded. Because now you're not just looking at this person as a brother, but you're looking at this person as a brother. And whether we want to admit it or not, there's a part of us that so badly wants for this to work out that we will overlook red flags. But a third party has nothing to gain and nothing to lose. So a third party will be able to tell you, my sister, you are ignoring a major red flag here, be careful. Not only will they be able to give you warnings, but they can give you such great advice. I mean, during our marriage counseling, the advice that we received from my dear pastors, Pastor Norman and Auntie Gabi, the most valuable advice that we received from them is don't let the sun go down on your anger. And that has been such an important part of our marriage, to not stay angry for long, like to forgive quickly and to forgive sincerely. And if we didn't have that from them, there would have been so many things that we would have held on to. But in seeing how they did their marriage and how happy and successful and God-honoring their marriage is, we want that. And so we're open to taking advice from them. So don't make the mistake of thinking that premarital counseling is optional. It's very important, guys. The 4th mistake that people make before entering into a marriage is making debt for a wedding. Ooh, don't do it. Don't do it. If you can't afford it cash, just leave it out. Technically, all you need to get married is a husband or a wife, a minister, and witnesses. Everything else is extra. Why are you spending 50,000 rand on a designer dress? Why are you going into debt to make your name on the floor in lights? Why? Don't do it. If you want to spend money in marriage, the money will be spent, don't worry. Your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, money will be spent there, don't worry. But most certainly don't do it for a wedding. Don't go into debt for a wedding. The fifth mistake that people make before entering into a marriage is ignoring destructive patterns or destructive habits. Again, this one links to number one, that marriage don't change him. So an example of destructive habit is if this guy is a mama's boy. And I'm not talking about, oh, he has a godly love for his mother. No. I'm talking about, he's a mama's boy. Whatever he needs is mama. Like, there's not been loosening of the umbilical cord. Like, it's a bad habit because he's not going to be able to properly cleave to you. And not to say that he should have left his mother during the engagement phase, but just a healthy detachment. Another example of potentially destructive habits is a party boy. You know, those boys who love their friends. Oh, they love their friends. We can all see these friends are not good for him. They go out, come back all hours of the night. They are involved in dodgy activities, but he loves his friends. Potentially destructive. And if he's not willing to listen now that, wow, brother, you need to choose some better friends, I can promise you, in marriage, he's not going to choose but different friends. It's going to be the same people. Don't ignore potentially destructive habits. Top mistake number 6 that people make before entering into a marriage is not addressing important issues. And of course, there's an extent to which you can't talk about everything that's important before marriage. But there are certain things that kind of need to be discussed at some point before you get married. For instance, having children. You don't want to find out after you get married that this woman never wants to have a child in her life and you have a sincere desire to be a father. How is that going to work out? Because at least if you knew beforehand, you'd go into it with a conscious mind that I know I'm never going to be a father and I'm okay with that. As opposed to now being shocked that, I'm never going to be a dad. So there are certain important things that you need to discuss with your partner before you get married, which could also come out in the premarital counseling. They all go together, man. The next mistake that people make before getting married is marrying someone with abusive tendencies. Now, this could be linked to some of the other reasons that I've listed above, but I want to give it its dedicated slot because this is so common and so absolutely dangerous. If this man hits you before you get married, do you know what marriage is doing? Marriage is giving him his own private little boxing ring where he can beat you without any witnesses. That man will kill you. My sister, my brother, it's time to be frank. Do not marry someone who is abusive. You are giving him the opportunity to take your life. Don't do it. If he abuses you before marriage, after marriage, now you are like secluded from your family. Now you are like it's only you and him in the house. Now he will take out the very worst of his abuse on you. Don't marry someone who is abusive. Don't do it. Oh, but he will change. Oh, he loves me. Don't do it. Protect your life, as Belief in Fatherhood says. Protect your life. Don't do it. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please tune in. Please subscribe, please subscribe, hit the bell, do the things. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!